Tonka,
Hola, ¿qué tal?
what's the time there? What are you doing awake?
Ah, I can't sleep. I went for a pub quiz with a friend and came home and now I can't sleep. I made myself some popcorn and I figured since I'm awake, why not um come in? Yeah, yeah. So better to talk to you than whatever.
Okay. So what shall we talk about?
I um I wanted to I've noticed another trap the other day. Like it's easy, it's kind of easier to focus on the I when you're feeling bad, when you're in problems, and then you focus on the I and all the other thoughts and problems drop away. And then you feel more peaceful, and then you feel happier. And so I went for a walk and went for a walk and I was really feeling good, like in a kind of elevated state or something. And then everything was like really, really beautiful. What are you doing?
No, I'm listening. The dog doesn't leave me alone. She has
The
a
what?
she has a toy. She keep on bringing it to me so I can throw it and play with her. But I'm listening.
The your dog.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So like I'm looking around and everything seems like the things, I mean, I'm walking around my village that I've seen so many times, but everything like looks so much more, I don't know, beautiful, magical, blah blah. And then I notice that's not it either.
See, the
It's
beauty,
like the other side of the coin, but it's you got to drop both sides, the ugly side of the coin and the nice side of the coin. You have to drop them all. But it's because that's not it either, right?
the
It's
beauty,
still
the beauty that you see is the beauty of yourself. Because there is sensory perception. The world doesn't say I'm beautiful or I shine more or anything. First, if there are no thoughts, then it seems that everything shines more,
yes.
but it has a different quality. But what you're aware of in that moment is of yourself. So the beauty is what sees.
Yeah, because I mean, the forest and the trees are the same that have been there for the last 50 years, right?
Right.
But when the mind is empty, you notice things much more,
Yes.
like you see more. You see like things you haven't been paying attention to before.
Yes, because you are not distracted by your thoughts,
Yes.
or you are not focused your attention in one thing that you are interested in.
Can you repeat the last sentence?
You are not distracted by your thoughts and you are
Yes.
not interested in something in particular. It's something that you are interested in particularly more than anything else. And my attention is there. Then I avoid or miss everything else.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, this is the seer. And that state is called non-differentiation. In that state, you don't know who you are, and you don't see the frontier between you and what you see. It's like everything is close to you. This is a mental state. That mental state will lead you to the recognition of what is aware of that mental state. What is aware, which is awareness or consciousness itself. And then you realize that that consciousness, that awareness is nothing but your reality, what you really are, what you actually are.
Mhm.
The mind stands between consciousness and the world, in between. When it keeps quiet, then the world it is not recognized as separate from the mind. The mind is totally quiet. Then what is beyond the mind reveals itself.
I see.
Mm.
Mhm. However, you can get carried away by that feeling and the beauty and recognition in a wrong direction, right?
Because you may recognize the seer as I, and that seer is not I. Because it still is Tonka, the one that sees everything shining more. Because body identity hasn't dropped yet.
Yes.
When there is loss of body identity, the mind cannot impose or superimpose, see,
Mm-hmm.
the idea that you are the body.
Yes.
And then it can no longer cover your reality.
Mm-hmm. I like that what you said, that the mind stands between the world and the consciousness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more clear, like the more quiet it is. Yes, that's that. But I noticed that at one moment it was like, oh, this beauty is happening to me, you know? Like
Exactly.
that's when, but I kind of noticed it. And then I went back to,
This me
yeah,
is witnessed by consciousness.
yes.
So
But it,
more quiet this me is, more evident is the presence of consciousness. And it becomes more evident that that consciousness is myself. This is no other than I. But the other one is my mind, see, the reflection of myself, right? My tool, my instrument, whatever you like to call it, right?
so,
Thoughts.
thoughts.
But the
Mhm.
mind is nothing but thought. It's not I.
Yes. It's quite complex though, this. It's like, I don't know, it's like an intricate design of these thoughts creating this me. And then we like go and work on these thoughts, you know, like, for example, trauma is, it's
Thought.
it's silly, but it's also just a thought.
And all the trauma and the first thought, the root thought is I am the body.
I
Because
Yes.
who got the experience that produced the trauma? Me. Me is the body. Then I experience this, I experience that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing but thought. I, me, myself, my life, the story of my life is just memory. It's accumulated memory. See? Whatever has been perceived through the senses, right? Because I call the body I, then all that becomes me, becomes a self. And it's just thought, it's just imprints. And those imprints that are left is what produces the tendency to think again and again and again about this and that and the other. Right? The so-called vasanas, the tendencies accumulated by whatever we perceive through the senses. Because it's, all what I know is what I remember. It's just memory, it's the past. Me is the past. Even that thought me is the past because it arose at some point. So it's also the past. Actually, when this me appears, time appears. And time satellites around me. Because I is the center of time.
I don't see that yet. That's a cat, not a dog.
That's the cat, yeah. I was wondering if
You also have a cat.
yeah, cat and a dog, yeah. We have a full house. Yeah.
I have one cat. Um,
So Nasi's in the balcony, so it wants to go out with Nasi.
um,
It's quite a character.
the cat.
We cannot see anybody sleeping after 6 o'clock in the morning. Sun rises, then he comes and starts. It doesn't bite your skin. It's very careful. Then he picks your clothes and start pulling, like get out of bed.
Mm.
And then if they don't, if you don't wake up, then it's like the snooze. And then he comes and lies down here and keep on staring at you like, okay, I'll give you some time. And after some time, it starts. And when I finish working at 10 o'clock, he knows that I finished working. He starts calling. He doesn't stop until everybody goes to the bedroom. And then we watch TV at night. And he comes in the bed and lays down and watch TV. He spent like the whole time watching TV.
Yeah, some cats do.
It's like a little person. It's amazing. It's so clever.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, and you too, Lola. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I is just memory. First memory that I have is the first thing I remember is that I am this body. And any other memory is accumulated in that root memory, in that bucket. This is I, and this is mine. What is mine? My memory, my experience, my things, my family, my knowledge, right? When the mind is quiet, all that goes away. And the mind without that cannot stand. And then it sinks in its source. And there is another I that remains, which is not a thought, which is not the mind, it's not the body. It's a silent I. Like a conscious silence. Formless consciousness.
which is already here.
Yes.
Mm.
It cannot,
But
it cannot not be here.
no, no. That was the one of the first thing when I came to Tiru was this like realization I cannot not be here.
Yes.
Remember how I cried?
I as consciousness cannot not be. As consciousness, I always am. As anything else, I might be or I may not be.
Even in deep sleep.
Even in deep sleep. There is nothing, but how do I know there is nothing? Because I am there. Nothing is there, but I am here.
Yeah, but I don't know that I'm there when I'm in deep sleep.
You do, but it's not clear. Because the mind is again throwing that ignorance in you. So you are ignorant of yourself. So the mind superimposes on you ignorance and knowledge. Let's call knowledge this, and ignorance when there is none of it. Total darkness and total light.
Yeah.
So
How?
the absence of the mind is imposed on you, like you are absent. And in the awakening state, you are present as the body. Like you are present as the body and you are absent in deep sleep. The mind
But
throws
what you're
the
saying,
mind,
we
the
are
mind throws the mind throws all this on you. So it covers you in the form of darkness. Okay, that's the veiling power of the mind. And then in the form of projection, right? Which is a manifestation. It projects all this and covers you. And then the mind withdraws all this into itself. Okay, and that's total darkness, total ignorance. So this is mind. And in that movement, it's always covering you. So that power is that powerful is the mind. It's capable even to cover its own reality. Even though in the awakening state, you say, I cannot not be in deep sleep. So you remember, right, that you were present. Otherwise, how can you say that nothing was there? Even if you say I was not there, how do you know you were not there? If you were not there, you don't know that you were not there.
can I be aware even during aware or like even during the deep sleep
There is
of
no such thing as the loss of consciousness. We understand by consciousness something different. We understand by consciousness body consciousness. So we lose body consciousness, but not consciousness. Awakened state, you can call it general consciousness. Dream state, you can call it subconsciousness. Deep sleep, unconsciousness. That consciousness is what we understand by consciousness. That's what we understand by consciousness. So that consciousness has to be relative, because it appears and disappears. General consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness. All these are mental states, and all this is the mind.
or
But
the absence
how
of
do
it.
you know that these three states alternate each other and contradict each other? There must be something conscious of it, or aware of it. There must be a
Of the
witness.
change.
Exactly. So this is what consciousness is. In this context, the word consciousness refers to the absolute consciousness. Absolute because it's permanent. This one is relative. It appears and disappears. It appears and disappears.
Yeah, and if I can observe it, then that's not it. Because I can observe that these changes of what I'm aware of, not aware of, right?
This is why these three mental states has been given as a point of reference to understand that, hold on. So I am beyond all that stuff. I am the witness of the mind.
Mm-hmm. And that one is unchangeable
Yes.
because it
Permanent.
has there like it's so it cannot change because it doesn't have anything to change. There's nothing to change there,
Exactly.
right?
It has no name. It has no form. There's no form to change. It is unchangeable, unaffected. It doesn't suffer any modification. It's always the same. It's like a glass. You can
Yeah,
put
it's pure. It's totally like clean on of everything,
correct,
right?
correct. Transparent, one can say. It's like a glass. If you have a glass and you put it against a green wall, it looks green, but it's not green. It still is transparent. Even when it appears to, oh, when you put a drop of ink in a glass of water, let's say blue ink, but you take a sample of water and you examine it under a microscope, you will find that it still is H2O. It hasn't changed at all. It is just covered with the blueness of the ink. So consciousness is covered with all this, which is the mind. All this is the mind. This is a mental image, right? Not only the thoughts, but also the form.
Yeah, but it seems like like it's real. It feels really depending like if I the more I move my focus back or wherever, so to speak, then it starts to lose like this reality of the form doesn't seem so.
It begins to lose. It's not that it loses its reality, it's that you realize that it was never real. It's just
Yeah.
an image that appears in consciousness. Imagination. See,
Hmm.
therefore, it's mental. It's a mental image.
Yeah. At this moment it's just like starting to it's like it's like it's hard to explain, like it's softening a bit, you know. It's not that I still don't see it as a thought or unreal, but I'm starting to doubt it. Let's say it like that. I'm kind of uh, I'm allowing the doubt. I'm allowing myself to doubt everything.
Correct.
So
Doubt,
that's just a little step, but
doubt yourself also.
yeah,
The doubter is not yourself neither.
yeah.
So
It's
doubt the doubter.
yeah, but it's funny how where like at any time the mind interjects and like hijacks everything that's happening, like it's happening to me, I'm doing this or whatever, right? Like at any moment it it just kind of slips in without you noticing, like, oh, I did this happened to me, this and that.
See,
So you really have to be,
the thought I arises. See? When the mind claims the body to be,
yes,
uh, and then when the mind arises, when this thought I arises, then the whole story comes along.
the whole story.
Comes along.
Yes. But you really have to keep your eyes open all the time. You know, like you never know where it's coming from. Like,
The
ta-da, it's me. Yeah.
ignorance comes because we are distracted, means because of the lack of inquiry or the lack of self-attention. Then when the mind comes, attention is given to it, and then reality is given to it, and then it takes you for a ride.
Yes.
You are back in the carousel.
Yes. But in the last few it's several weeks since we started speaking, and I at the beginning I felt uh like a bit, I felt desperate by my current situation, and I used to like wake up with a lot of anxiety and worry, and nothing, like on the outside circumstances haven't changed a bit, if they maybe for the worse a little bit, but I'm like I'm feeling really peaceful, you know, like I feel okay, like nothing has changed on the outside, really nothing, but I see the situation totally differently.
Yeah.
I've done nothing and nothing has changed.
With no perspective. You don't see it any longer from a particular angle, from an individual angle.
Yes, but it was not only from this angle, but it was also a very narrow angle.
Mm.
Very narrow angle. So it's yeah, it's been quite a change for such a short time. But also since the last time I was in Thailand, since I wasn't able to come and there was COVID and everything, and I felt I felt really depressed for a while. And I did some work on, like cleaning these ideas, like, cleaning my mind the old-fashioned way. But I can see now that it helps because I come with a less burdened mind, to these sessions. So I know you said it's not necessary, and I agree, but still it's helped me a lot. Like in these few years, I did some work. I cleaned up some garbage from my head, and now that I come, my mind is already like clearer than it was, and I find it really, really helpful.
Yes. This meeting shouldn't be taken for granted.
Sorry, what?
Shouldn't be taken for granted.
What shouldn't be taken for granted?
That's right.
Satsang. What do you mean taken for granted?
That you begin to the way we approach to this meeting is different
My approach.
in general, not only yours.
I'm not following really.
Never mind.
Okay.
Where are you, Tonka? She disappeared. Looks like, right? Ah, she ran out of battery.
Hola César, ¿qué
Hola.
tal? ¿Qué
Bien.
tal? Escúchame César, vos sabés que tuve un problema y bueno, me sentí muy mal, eh, pero, o sea, me siento tan, cuando me pasa o cuando tengo un problema, me siento tan mal que me cierro, es como que me defiendo, me cierro y soy soy una roca, no sé, es como que me meto en una cueva y cierro la cueva con otra roca, ¿no? Es una cosa impresionante. Incluso a veces eh, me lo han, me lo han como reprochado, ¿me entendés? Eh, pero yo no lo puedo evitar. No lo puedo evitar, es una forma de defenderme, de sobrevivir, no sé. Eh, y por eso es que estoy acá, porque
Y es otra forma de llamar la atención también.
no sé, no
No,
sé.
toda la atención está en ti porque están preocupados por ti. Están pensando en ti, están atentos a ti.
No, yo no lo vivo así, yo, o sea, es como que me alejo del mundo, ¿me entendés? Me alejo del mundo. Y lejos de vivir la no separación, es como que estoy más separada que nunca y no lo puedo evitar.
Porque no
Y
indagas,
después
porque no
no
indagas,
vivo,
porque no indagas diligentemente.
es que en ese momento, o sea, por eso es que estoy hablando con vos, ni siquiera quiero indagar, ¿me entendés? No solo, yo
Entonces,
podría
entonces,
no
entonces,
puedo, pero
entonces esa nube gris nunca se va a ir de allí. La indagación es lo que despeja, ¿sí?, el cielo de la conciencia, ¿sí?, de la nube gris, queda despejado, ¿sí?, de esa nube de pensamientos negativos.
no, es como, César, es como que digo, ¿qué saben todos ustedes de mí? ¿Me entendés? Algo así, pero ¿qué les pasa? ¿Qué saben de mí? ¿Qué tienen que hablar de mí? No tienen ni idea de mí. Es como que me cierro y hasta no quiero indagar, es como que no quiero, pero ¿qué les pasa? ¿Me entendés? Entonces, por eso te pregunto si es una cuestión, nunca lo había planteado, ahora lo estoy exponiendo. Ya te digo, hasta
Y la conexión, ¿no?, creo que es la mía ahora. Se me cayó la conexión por un segundo.
sí, ¿me entendés? Entonces, es como que es más que no puedo indagar, es no quiero, me parece a mí, tratando de ser lo más sincera posible conmigo misma. Me parece que ni siquiera quiero.
Porque,
Entonces, sí, decime, por favor.
porque esa es una identidad que has creado de ti misma. Y sin esa identidad, tú como ego desapareces. Entonces te aferras a ella, eso es todo. Un
Claro,
yo
pero digamos que es una cuestión de voluntad, César, ¿no es cierto? Tengo que poner voluntad,
correcto.
una voluntad infinita, porque ya te digo, yo realmente esto me constituye, es como que en este momento, cuando yo tengo un problema, digo, ¿qué les pasa? Ya está, basta, ¿qué les pasa? ¿Qué saben ustedes? ¿Me entendés algo? Es horrible. Y estoy absolutamente separada. Yo te cuento una experiencia, César.
Piensas que lo estás. Piensas que lo estás.
Te cuento una experiencia. Cuando yo estuve internada en terapia intensiva, estuve 2 meses sola y venían a verme atrás de un vidrio. Venían todos y llorando y qué sé yo, y llorando y se iban. Y se iban. Y me quedaba yo sola. Entonces, ahora, ¿qué les pasa? No sé, es muy loco. Y ese estar dentro mío, están mis historias, mis memorias, me regodeo en mis historias, me regodeo en mis memorias. No es lindo. La gente cree que para mí es lindo, pero no es lindo. Pero no lo puedo evitar.
Pero si puedes si puedes evitar identificarte con ellas. Toda la memoria está basada en identificación con el cuerpo. La memoria de Susi, la vida de Susi, las experiencias de Susi, lo que le pasó a Susi.
Yo no sé si no es solamente aquel tiempo, aquel momento, porque incluso ni esto que me pasó, este problema ya trascendió el problema, ya trascendió aquel momento, es una cerrazón que no tiene que ver con nada, ¿me entendés? Es con mi historia, con mi vida, ¿me entendés? O sea,
Pero tu vida, lo que te... No, ya, ya. Lo que yo llamas mi vida es tu memoria. ¿Me
sí,
sigues?
me regodeo, César, me regodeo. Todo el día de hoy estuve viviendo
Solo
en una
tú, solo tú,
historia.
solo, solo tú puedes salir de ahí. Yo solamente puedo decirte cómo.
Claro, es una voluntad, o sea, es con voluntad. Es una
Cor-
voluntad terrible, tremenda. Tan grande como la roca esta que te digo que construí.
Correcto.
No hay otra. No hay ninguna comida, ninguna forma de respirar, ninguna nada.
Bien. La atención tiene que ir de la memoria al que la recuerda. El que la recuerda pierde esa memoria. Y a lo que pierde la memoria desaparece. A lo que no se identifica con todos esos pensamientos, desaparece. Puede que cuando el ego desaparezca tengas recuerdos de cualquier cosa, pero la carga emocional no va a estar allí. Si el peso emocional no va a estar allí, porque no está la identificación.
Yo sé que adentro mío está un gran ¿qué sabes de mí? Pero está bien, tengo que ser.
Dame un segundo. No, ¿qué quieres? Vamos a pedir. Entonces, no, vecino, chica. Tranquila. No seas muy difícil. No, sí, sí. Continúa, vamos a ver. ¿Dónde?
No, eso. No hay otra que voluntad, una voluntad infinita, tan grande como la roca en la que estoy desde hace años cuando tengo un problema.
Correcto.
O sea,
No le,
siento que,
no le des mucha
que-
cuerda a la mente. Tengo un problema. ¿Quién tiene un problema?
no, el problema ya pasó, es como que ya pasó y me quedo en la piel, en la roca, ¿me entendés? Y me doy manija, y me doy manija, y me doy manija y es un bucle y cada vez más, y cada vez más, y la piedra se hace cada vez más grande y estoy cada vez más separada.
Nunca estás separada. Imposible. Solo piensas que lo estás.
Lo que pasa, César, es que si yo no hubiera construido esa roca, me hubiera muerto de inanición, me hubiera muerto.
¿Cómo sabes? Todo eso es especulación. Córtalo ahora. ¿Sí? Indaga ahora.
Bueno,
Si no lo sigues reforzando.
voy a tratar, voy a tratar,
¿Ah?
voy a tratar.
Mm.
Listo, César.
No, 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 no te estoy corriendo. ¿No? O no te estoy, o ni te estoy rechazando tampoco. Simplemente te estoy dando una indicación para que liberes tu mente de todo ese, de todos esos pensamientos. La imagen que puedes tener de ti misma puede ser positiva también. ¿Mm? También hay que desecharla, a que la mente se quede sin una imagen de sí misma, ninguna imagen de sí misma basada en identificación con el cuerpo y la memoria acumulada a través de lo que ella reclama como sus experiencias. ¿Mm?
Yo siento que en mi vida tuve que construirme.
Ahí vamos, ahí va, mira, ahí va, ahí ya le baja ya, ahí va, sí,
Bueno,
ahí va.
bueno.
El ego tiene que contar la historia, ¿sí?
No, si nunca
No,
no me interesa contarla.
no, pero si no te
¿Quién
interesa,
va a entenderla? ¿Quién va a entenderme? ¿Quién va a
no se
entenderme?
trata de que te entiendan. El ego no cuenta la historia ni siquiera para que la entiendan. La cuenta para reforzar su identidad, ¿ok? Con la historia, para que ese ego sea idéntico a esos pensamientos, ¿sí? Tiene que reforzarla, tiene que contarla. O se la cuenta a alguien o se la cuenta a sí misma. ¿Sí?
Y me pongo hecho un soldado. Me pongo hecho un soldado.
Como un
Me
soldado.
pongo- sí,
¿Cómo? ¿Cómo? ¿Por qué?
a la defensiva de todo, de todo.
Exacto. El ego dice, uh, sí, el ego samurái. Y si no se pone defensiva, entonces se agarra a la nueva era, ahora es vulnerable. ¿Sí? Le da por la vulnerabilidad. Ay, tienes que ser vulnerable. Esa cantidad de pistola. Bien, yo. Déjame observarme a mí mismo, no a lo que yo pienso, sino al yo que lo piensa. Los pensamientos regresan al yo que lo piensa, y el yo que los piensa sin los pensamientos no se sumerge en su fuente. Es decir, el pensamiento yo soy el cuerpo desaparece.
O sea que yo tengo que romper la roca que me llevó años construir.
No tienes que romper absolutamente nada. No hay roca que romper. No existe, son puros pensamientos. No, no, no existe. Es un conglomerado de pensamientos. ¿Dónde está la roca que construiste en el sueño profundo? ¿Y dónde está el yo que la construyó en el sueño profundo? Se van. En realidad no existe. Ni siquiera ahora existe. Parece que existe cuando le das rienda suelta a la imaginación. Parece que existe. Y si existe, existe en la forma de pensamiento. Y como no son otra cosa que pensamientos, entonces en realidad no existe. La única realidad que tiene es la que le damos. Una especie de autohipnosis. O si no, tratamos de hipnotizar al otro con mi historia. Tururú. ¿Sí? Capta atención. ¿Del otro o de
Pero
sí
si yo
mismo?
lejos de buscar al otro, me repliego, César.
¿Ah? Es
Lejos de buscar al otro, me
otra
repliego.
forma porque todo el mundo está preocupado por ti. ¿Sí? Entonces, es como cuando la esposa o el esposo no te habla. Bueno, tienes al esposo o a la esposa, ah, ¿qué le pasa? No me habla. ¿Sí? Se repliega, está replegada, ¿entiendes? Igualito tiene toda la atención, está chupando energía, ¿sí? Y con esa energía se alimenta y se fortalece. O con la atención que ella se presta a sí misma, o la atención que absorbe de otros.
Lo que pasa, César,
Lo que pasa es que la banda está borracha,
es que
dice la canción.
me la tuve que arreglar solita en la vida,
Sí,
solita.
sí, pobrecita Yu, ya me lo vas a contar otra vez, ¿sí? ¿Me explico? Ya me vuelve a tirar el anzuelo, pero ese anzuelo aquí no lo va a picar nadie.
Es que yo sé que vos no entendés, que vos no entendés, no podés entenderme.
Claro, ¿qué hay que entender?
Oh,
¿Cómo entiendo un conglomerado de pensamiento? ¿Cómo se entiende? ¿Cómo se come eso? A mí nadie me entiende, ¿sí? Yo soy inentendible, inescrutable. ¿Sí?
bueno,
Esa historia no la compro yo.
que yo no la vendo ni loca a
No,
nadie.
pues, a ti mismo, tú eres tú eres el comprador, tienes las acciones, tú eres el accionista mayoritario. ¿Sí? Mm.
Bueno,
Y cuando cuentas la historia, estás vendiendo acciones, pero sigue siendo el accionista mayoritario. Yo voy a vender acciones, no voy a vender la compañía completa porque es mía. Voy a vender unas, no sé, 15%. Y queda sucia y regada en el inconsciente, en el subconsciente colectivo de algunos cuantos por ahí. Y piensan en Susi, ¿sí? La idea de Susi, ¿no? Tienen a Susi en la cabeza, así como tú tienes a Susi en la cabeza. ¿Me sigues? Y así se riega el ego. Tú tienes que darte cuenta de eso. Yo me doy cuenta, ¿ok? La idea es que tú te des cuenta.
a ver, exactamente, ¿de qué me
Eh,
tengo que dar cuenta, César? A ver,
de,
explícame,
de
¿de
toda
qué?
la bola que te estás dando.
Pero no de la que yo pretendo de los
No,
demás
los
no
demás
pretendo,
no, tú.
a esta altura de mi vida, no pretendo nada de los demás.
Es lo mismo, son pensamientos, sí. No me importa lo que piensen los demás. Eso es otro pensamiento. Ese es
Y,
un yo duro que yo sola puedo, yo sola y puedo estar sola, no, y los demás que se vayan al cuerno, ¿qué le importa? Nunca estuvieron ahí, ¿qué más? Ahora sí están, entonces, porque antes sí? Sí, son pensamientos, ¿sí? Y tú misma te estás dando fuerte, ¿sí? Con esos pensamientos. Lo único que se está haciendo daño a ti misma eres tú. Y ni
¿me
siquiera,
podrías, me
porque
podrías decir,
tu realidad como conciencia permanece inafectada, indiferentemente de de toda esa cantidad de pensamientos. ¿Sí? Tú como conciencia permaneces intacta. ¿A,
¿se te ocurre alguna pregunta? ¿Alguna pregunta
a quién?
que podría hacerme yo misma a la hora de indagar? ¿Se te
Sí,
ocurre alguna pregunta?
una sola pregunta. ¿Quién es el que pregunta? ¿Quién piensa todas estas boludeces? Yo, ¿no?
Pero es que no son boludeces, son verdad.
Es lo que tú piensas que son, ¿verdad? Es lo que es lo que te quiero decir. Por eso no nos acordamos de reencarnaciones anteriores. Imagínate el tamaño del ego si no cabe en la cabeza.
Bueno, o sea que es una recontra mil voluntad la que tengo que poner.
Nada de lo que
Para
piensas,
matarme a mí misma.
nada de lo que... No, tú no te puedes matar a ti misma. ¿Cuál ti misma vas a matar para comenzar? Nada de lo que tú piensas es lo que tú eres. Eso. Nada de lo que piensas es lo que eres. Ni nada de lo que piensas es lo que es. El que piensa tampoco es lo que eres, pero por ahora mantente como el observador de los pensamientos. No eres lo que piensas. Y luego te das cuenta que tampoco eres el que piensa. No eres ni lo visto ni el que ve.
Bueno, César.
¿Ah?
Listo, está bien. Bueno, qué sé
O
yo, bueno.
cualquier
Bueno,
cosa,
listo, César.
cualquier
Qué
cosa
sé yo.
me pasa, cualquier
Tendría que
cosa
darte, la verdad, me surge decirte gracias, ¿viste? Pero
a la orden.
decirte gracias cuando te estoy escuchando todas estas cosas no me dan ganas, la verdad que no me dan
A
ganas.
mí no me importa. Sí, yo no tengo problema. Tú puedes pasarme la oferta todas las veces que tú quieras. Yo igual no te lo voy a comprar.
Bueno,
Puedes tocar la puerta. Tom, tom, tom. ¿Quién es? Los testigos de Jehová. ¿Y usted es testigo? ¿Lo vio ya? ¿Que usted lo testigo? Vengo a hablarle de Dios. A mí no me gusta el chisme. Así que váyase por otro lado.
bueno, listo. Chao, César.
Ok.
Nos vemos. Chao.
Chao. No ha visto a Dios. Usted tampoco. A pagar sus mortales. No puede haber testigo de Jehová. Jehová es el testigo. A ver, siéntese que yo le voy a contar cómo es la cosa. Dame que ese libro para acá, quédese quieto. Tranquilo, no vamos a perder nuestra santidad por el sentido del humor. Sí se puede, sí se puede. Una cuestión de voluntad, es correcto.
Y algún día va a dejar de ser de voluntad. Algún día va
Ah,
a ser, algún día dejará de ser de voluntad, ¿no?
un día, Susi, algún día te vas a dar cuenta que Susi nunca existió.
Y la voluntad ya no, o sea, ya no me tengo que... ajá.
No, ya no hay, si el individuo desaparece, la voluntad individual desaparece. Tiene que haber un individuo que ejerza la voluntad. Sin el individuo, ¿quién va a ejercer qué cosa? Así me sentía yo de adolescente hasta los, no sé, 18, 19 años. Que si la familia, el divorcio, el otro, la plata, que sí, que no, te amo y te quiero. Uy, qué rollo. Eso parecía, bueno, la serie esa Dinastía, ¿te acuerdas? Una serie americana llamada,
Sí, sí,
¿cómo se llamaba el protagonista, el personaje? X.
no me acuerdo.
Hasta que yo dije, espérate, esto me cayó como un saco de ladrillos en la cabeza. Ya va. Cuando yo nací, esta gente tenía un quilombo montado y yo no tengo nada que ver con eso. Yo no sé, yo llegué aquí, ellos ya, yo no tengo nada que ver con eso. Eso es problema de ellos, porque tengo yo que, y que tengo que esperar yo de nadie, ¿me entiendes? Yo tengo que valerme por mí, me está dependiendo nadie de que se muera nadie, de que la herencia de
Yo no
nadie, que la
espero de
repartan con
nadie, yo no
nadie.
espero nada,
¿Ah?
César, no espero nada de nadie. Yo
¿Ah?
no espero nada, no espero nada de
No,
nadie.
no, 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 pues ya va a contar la de ella. Déjame contarla a mí un rato.
Y no me pongas de peleadora
No, la
porque
mía es peor que la tuya, nadie sufre más.
no me peleé porque te voy a decir, ¿y vos qué sabés? ¿Qué tenés?
Nadie,
No tenés ni
exacto,
idea.
nadie sufre. Con que tú sufres, no, eso no es nada. Mi sufrimiento es mayor que el de todo el mundo. Eso no, ¿eso es sufrimiento? No, ven, ven que te cuento el mío. Si el mío es, bueno, es lo que te quiero decir, que todo ese tormento me lo estaba produciendo yo a mí mismo, no me lo estaba produciendo nadie. Era mi propia reacción ante los hechos. ¿Sí?
Claro, pero me entendés que es mío, y yo lo defiendo porque
Ah,
es mío.
bueno, bueno, muy bien.
Está bien, sí, ya sé, está bien. Lo que pasa es que me tira la lengua y bueno, me sale, te digo lo que... Ahí está Terry.
Ah, Terry.
Bueno, chao.
Ah,
Chao. Chao.
Hey, Caesar.
Terry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yep. There seems to be a lot of traditional practices like bhajans and stuff like that. And they are for a purpose, but it would almost seem like a lot of people don't really know what the purpose is. And they just go along and do it because it feels nice or it's entertaining or
They're enjoying themselves.
yeah, yeah. Mm. Even if they feel light and blissful afterwards, do you still think
That's not
that's
real.
still
It's a mental bliss.
a mental
It's called Ananda Maya, illusory bliss.
right? Okay,
Bliss is experienced in the absence of the seeker, in the absence of the practicer. The practicer cannot experience bliss.
right.
Bliss is the reality of the self.
Okay. Mm.
They may enjoy a little bit of, they feel good, a little bit of mental quietness, right?
Mhm.
Or mental purity or something. But still, this is I, therefore, what they are enjoying is themselves. See? Perhaps even the pure aspect of themselves, they still identifying themselves as a sattvic mind, as a pure mind.
Right. Okay.
And normally, this happens because they don't have proper guidance.
Yeah.
They are on their own. They
Uh-huh.
don't see.
Yeah, sure. So that would really go for any kind of spiritual practices.
Those practices, the purpose of that is to purify the mind. Means to for the tendencies of the mind to think about objects get reduced by
Okay.
focusing in one object, which is the personal god or guru, right?
Right.
It symbolically represents their own self. So
Sure.
this is to train the mind to become single-minded. For
Yeah, sure.
the mind is thinking about its source actually,
Okay.
but its source is nameless and formless. But because the mind is identical with the body, then God, the source, is also a body. It has also a name and form like me, right?
Right.
So the mind cannot even consider the possibility that there is something that is nameless and formless. They say, what? Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
And at the end, we find that this nameless and formless reality is no other than I, it's no other than one's own self.
Gotcha.
So what we are thinking about is actually one's own self.
Right. Okay. So it's for the purpose of focus and
Yeah. That
I
is
guess
that is meditation. There is a subject, the meditator, and there is an object of meditation, right? In
uh
inquiry, there is no object of meditation. In the inquiry, there is only the subject.
yeah.
If the subject is stays without objects, it disappears.
Right. Okay.
Meaning by that, I am Caesar, I am the seeker, I am the meditator, I am the practicer, I am the one that is doing the ritual, the bhajans, the puja or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So this thought I means I am the body disappears. If this thought I is isolated from all these thoughts, and all these thoughts are about an object, so right?
Right.
How can God be the object? It has to depend on the subject. So what kind of God is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Real God
Right.
consciousness, which is independent from anything, from subject and from object, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. So it's the first stepping stone, I guess. And
It depends upon the capacity of understanding of the seeker, how sharp the intellect is, how many tendencies are there, the qualities of the tendencies, how deeply rooted they are. So,
yeah.
because these bhajans and these practices, this is the good tendencies or the
Yeah.
auspicious tendencies, right?
Uh-huh.
And the ego may identify itself with them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that they develop the spiritual ego. The fact that the mind becomes spiritual, that is already spiritual ego. From material ego turns into spiritual ego. The thing is that the spiritual ego becomes unbearable, right? It's so pure that it stinks. So pure that nobody can stand them. Oh, jeez.
Okay. So with guidance, that could be used correctly. And
Without
it could
proper
be
guidance,
used
out of all the elements necessary for self-realization,
guidance.
it's the guru.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you're gonna pray for something, so please, uh, somebody to guide me, please. A real one. See, I need somebody that really knows what he's talking about, right?
yeah, sure.
God talk to me, and then God appears in human form. Consciousness appears in human form, right?
Right.
Guide me to where? To the self. You are the self. What? See? And that's
That's the end. It seems like also that these traditions and practices are to bring some kind of organization to people's scattered minds. And that as well.
no guru is interested in any organization or it's not collecting devotees. If the guru knows, I have no devotees. See,
Yeah,
for myself, there is only myself. For I, there is only I. For consciousness, there is only consciousness. The guru doesn't see others. The
yeah, sure.
seekers, the seeker see himself as a seeker and sees so and so as the guru. And then they superimpose that identity on the guru. Sometimes say, okay, what can I do? So even Ramana say, okay, it seems that I have to play this role. Okay, so be it.
Yeah, sure.
People call me master. I said, call me Caesar. That Caesar is enough. No, master, okay. Even if I tell them not to do so, they will do it, right? What can I do? Okay, what is the question? Say, forget about the master. What is the question? What is your dilemma? Let's do it.
Yeah,
No, this is my dilemma. The dilemma is I. This is
Mm.
right? The dilemma, see, the I lemma. Who is this I? Jesus. If we inquire, it disappears.
Mm.
So, any practice is good. It all depends again upon the temperament of the individual, the seeker, level of understanding, sharpness of the intellect, capacity of discrimination, and so on. Isn't it?
Sure. Yeah, I stopped going to bhajans because it seemed like I felt more awful afterwards.
Hmm?
It seemed like I felt, not always, but I quite often felt horrible after I'd finished bhajans.
If that is not sang, it's a proper attitude. See, it produce no impact at all. It can produce even a counter effect. I remember, I don't know if you heard that story. There was a student, a Baba student. The student used to sing bhajans in the mandir. These guys basically sing each bhajan like 1,000 times, okay,
Mhm.
to get the tune, the rhythm, all that stuff, right? Same like the Vedic chants. They're supposed to have a rhythm. It's not like a la 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 la. So they produce a right impact. So
Mm.
these students used to sing beautifully. And
Mhm.
there was always a lead singer, you know, the one that says something and the other ones repeat it, right?
Right.
And this guy was singing, okay? He sang like an artist, right? Like a professional singer. And then Baba was looking at them and at him, and he will get even more powerful the voice, and then Baba will. When the Vayan session finished, he called the teacher and said, "This boy doesn't sing anymore here." I said, "Swami, why? He's enjoying himself, right? He's enjoying his ego, right?
Yeah.
And his pride because I'm looking at him. So this is not,
Right.
and this is distorting the whole
Mm.
atmosphere. So gone. It doesn't sing anymore."
You missed the point.
Yes, you're missing the point.
Mm.
Now, in the so-called indirect path, the mind focuses on only one thought, which
Mhm.
is the object of meditation. Hmm? It cannot even focus on that thought all the time. It will wander around. It will go to here and there, the wife, the job, the money, the dog, the cat, my leg, my pain, right? And it will go back again to the object of meditation. Then it will get distracted, right? And
Mhm.
you may be thinking bias and thinking about something,
Yeah, sure.
right? And the mind goes back to the object of meditation, whether it's an image or a mantra or whatever it is, right?
Uh-huh.
The mind is one pointed, only one pointed. There is no other thought but this thought, right?
Uh-huh.
And the object of meditation disappears.
Right.
And then the subject of meditation without the object of meditation cannot exist and it disappears. This is indirect. See, object disappear, then subject.
Mm.
Here, no object. It's
Sure.
only the subject. I.
Right.
The focus of attention is on the eye, by the eye itself.
Right.
So the eye is not paying attention to any object, right? Including the name and form of the personal God or guru, guide, or whatever you like to call it, preceptor, whatever. This is to hold on to the I thought.
Right.
I sang bhajans. Ooh, I did the A, B, C. And then I said, yeah, but this is not for me.
Yeah.
And when I went to India, my God, I have to start all over again. I'm doing this for ages. Since I'm a teenager, I'm not even living for myself, right? I mean, I was enjoying myself now and then, but it was basically, I have this tendency for service, right? I love the job where I'm based on service, airlines, hotels, tourism, and all that. See, when you are, right? And I never did anything motivated by the money. It was like a kind of a, I don't know, how do you call it? Vocation or something, right?
Right. Sure.
When I was working in American Airlines, my colleagues, even the administration officer, they will call me Mother Teresa.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Mother, because I was willing always to help passengers, solve their problems and right when they whatever. Like when I was having other teachers, I was interested. I was serving basically, right, in exchange of knowledge and so on.
Mm.
So when I go there, what? I have to start all over again now. So quickly realize, this is okay, no judgment, okay, by all means, you guys go ahead, but this is not for me.
Takes too long.
No, it just didn't click.
Right. Well, back in Perth, there used to be lots of bhajan type groups and stuff like that, but there was no teacher to guide anything. It was just having bhajans and having a good time, and
None of that
it
worked.
felt,
None of that. I mean, it's okay if they do it fine, right?
yeah.
But I don't know.
And I used to feel murky, it seemed like after the bhajans, I felt murky. Just, I don't know, just it's going back to the energy thing, but I just didn't feel very good afterwards. So I just thought, well, yeah, there's not much point in going.
I mean, I sang bhajans, and even after the ego disappeared, I could sit in the mandir and sing bhajans. Why not? If I do it
Right.
before, why couldn't I do it after? Right? Nisargadatta Maharaj was singing bhajans. I think I think the morning session was satsang and the afternoon session was bhajan, or the other way around, something like that.
Yeah.
Ramana will sing bhajans even those who were having his name.
Right.
Well, he didn't, oh God, Lord, Lola, he didn't need to sing bhajans. It was just,
Yeah. If there was a teacher present, because there was an ashram in Perth, in Fremantle. So if there was a teacher that was there, then I would go along. But otherwise, I tended to stay away.
I don't know.
Mm.
Me and ashrams, we don't get along.
Um,
Remember, Ramana, when Ramana was alive, he was supervising everything, see?
mm,
Everything. So there was guidance, right?
mm,
Just
yeah.
got connected if they were making mistakes and all that. Mm.
But Caesar, would you say it's good to have a community around you with a teacher?
I want no community. I want everybody in their houses, away from me. They, they can come, ask a question, and then go home.
Go home.
Why would I like to surround myself with people?
No, I mean
Why
for
would
us.
huh?
For us.
For you, I don't know.
Because you're too far to come over and hug you in person.
Maybe God is wise and put me in a place where
Probably. Probably. Because then we can't just knock on your door every 5 minutes.
save me from all that. No. What I'm saying is that even the time that the seeker should spend with the guru is limited, right?
Yes.
If
So they don't get attached to this.
no, there is a moment that you take it for granted and you even forgot why you went there in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And then you get relaxed, becomes like a funny kind of life, another identity. It's just, and then it's gone.
Mm.
Right.
And even the guru sometimes says, okay, go, time to go, right? Time to go.
So the guru will tell the seeker, time to go.
Yes. Anamalai Swami, the Ramana realized that Anamalai's attachment to him became an obstacle, right? Because he had a glimpse, right? But then he got attached again to him, right?
Mm,
And he said, Chalo,
right. Another trap.
it did happen to me.
To you?
You and Mr. Razanam.
And everything, everything was stripped from me. Mr. Ratanale started taking away even from Bajan sessions. There were morning sessions and afternoon sessions. Afternoon sessions, he will tell, come home in the afternoon. What time? 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. is Bajans. He will do like, turn around and walk away. So I told you, there was no argument. You couldn't argue with him. He will tell you, you didn't get it. He will just walk away. Right? There's no bargain. They don't, right? And then I will go. And then in Buddha Party, there were speakers. It's a huge place, huge. and there were speakers everywhere, so you could hear discourses and the bhajans anywhere, because sometimes it was so packed that you will be just at the back of the ashram, right? Because you could sit only there and you could hear the bhajans or Baba's discourses. And then I will go to his house, he will just walk around and fool around. He was just fooling around and ask me silly questions. What's the point? I say, what is that? I say, a tree. I say, what is he doing? Right? And then he will look at it. What is written in that building? That is the name of the building, South Fork. Oh, okay. Come, let's go. And keep on walking. So he was somehow. One day we were coming from Sats and he will carry some stamps with Baba's pictures and some stuff written at the back, right? And then one day my job was to carry the basket with the books and the stamps and all that and distribute them when we begin and sell the books at the end and whatever. And then we came back home. I came back with my spiritual attitude, put my basket down, very righteous, and the pictures, I've handled it properly. And he will take the picture. Suddenly he took the picture and throw it on the table with the face of Baba on the table. Like, come on, until when you gonna, right, play this? No, you have to go beyond that. You already went beyond that, but you came back again.
Right, the spiritual ego was
Yes,
developing.
yes, yes. Or sometimes he will just stay in the room. Coming to his house, and he will sit in a chair. You just keep quiet. I sit in another chair, don't know what to do, what to say. What's he? Why he brought me here?
So was that some kind of encouraging surrender of the mind?
Well, yeah, but the main point is that without guidance, without him being there, how I wouldn't go out of my spiritual ego and my stupid enlightenment. Wouldn't establish myself in the knowledge of being the self.
Right.
Would you say that's another form of attachment?
What?
Just wanting to be with your teacher?
Yes. In my case, at the end, is because I was supposed to carry on walking on my own 2 feet without any support as I was having it before,
Yeah.
It was funny. One day I went to it's a place called Kaliningrad. It is a Russian colony. It's Russia outside of Russia, right? Called Kaliningrad. And there was a Russian woman who lived in Belgium. And she said to me, I didn't come to your talk to listen anything you have to say. She said, I came here because Baba appeared in a dream and told me that your exit from that place was necessary. First, because you needed to start, see, you needed to do this on your own, right? To forget about all that spiritual world and to be protected from the, he described it like that, like the bulges, right?
Wow.
Of that place that could have even hurt you, right? And I said, this woman came from so far just to tell me this. And actually, and I told her when you didn't get the message, because Baba doesn't say message to anybody, through anybody. That was for you to know that, not for me,
Hmm.
right? And she was like, oh. Baba said, I will never send a message to you through anybody. I don't need any, I myself will tell you. Why would I send anybody? When that happened there, I went to Tiruvannamalai. I didn't go to talk there. I went there to running away from people, from satsang. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I went to Tiruvannamalai because I was Mr. Nobody, right? But the party, I had a reputation, the years there and all that. Tiruvannamalai, I'm nobody. Right?
Hmm.
So nobody will pay attention to me. Nobody will ask me questions. And I can, enjoy Tiruvannamalai. And when I got there were already Russians waiting for me.
Oh. How did they know you were going to be there?
They told me some dreams and all stuff. I'm not to go into details, but because I know that town, like, see, if you burp, even the governor will hear it. Because see, if you believe that material people gossip and spread rumors, and like, these places are even worse,
Wow.
faster. And I said, if I am out of here, I have to make sure that nobody knows, because people will see. And I didn't even call a taxi from town, from any travel agency, because anybody know you. Oh, Cesar came here. He's going there. You organize a taxi. No. I organized a taxi from Bangalore, okay, to pick me up from Bangalore. And I left at 3 o'clock in the morning with my partner at that time. I arrived in Tiruvannamalai, and like anybody else, where am I going to stay? Let's look for accommodation. I didn't go to Tiru for years. And then somebody told me to go to, remember, Shanti Cafe and all that. And I went to Shanti Cafe, and there were some Russians there from Puttaparthi, like 10. I said, what are you doing here? We came for satsang. Satsang with who? With you, with me. I'm not. Yes, we were told that you're gonna give dreams, Baba. I don't know. Then you go, no, I'm not gonna give satsang. You're nuts. And then wherever I go, they will be there. If I will go to one cafe, they will be there. If I was walking in the street, they will be there. If I will look here, they will be there. And they insisted, satsang, satsang, satsang. I said, Jesus, girls, guys, nobody's gonna. No, you. And I said, I will make it difficult for them. I said, look for a place. If you find somewhere, I'll do it. But you take care of that. In the afternoon, they told me, we found a place.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you remember a place called Ragini House.
Was it in the fields?
No, it was by, I think it was near Post Office Road, I think. Anyway, it was a house. They used to serve vegetarian food, but without spices and all that stuff.
Right.
Like pure vegetarian, sattvic food and organic stuff and whatever. And it happens that all these guys, the Westerners, that became famous later started that Muji, Carl Renz, this and the other. Everybody passed through that filter.
Right. Okay.
After 3-4 days, it was packed, no more place, no more people. It was capacity like for 60 people. In a week, it's already packed.
Hmm. Could you see Arunachala from there?
No.
Okay.
Then they spoke with a Krishna temple or something. And then they say, okay, you can come here. There's space like for 100, 150, something like that. It's a lot of people. And then packed. And then we had to look for another place. And there was the Blue House. That was the first trip. And then in that first trip, it started the invitations to go to here and there, Russia, Ukraine, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Moldavia, Germany, blah, blah, blah. That was the first tour.
Right. Okay.
And I did that for 4 years.
Wow. Did you have someone taking you along, or you just went on your own and met people?
No, we used to organize everything in the 3 months I used to spend in Tiruvannamalai. So Tiruvannamalai was from December till December, January, February, 3 months. And then I will gather with all the people. I said, "Like, guys, if you want me to go there, I cannot let you tell me when, because it's gonna be more expensive for you." So I will say, okay, from here I go here. So you pay one-way ticket. And then from here I go there. You pay only one-way ticket. And if in that place I have to go to other places, let's do it, go back, and then I go elsewhere.
Right.
So that was 3 months Russia, 3 months Ukraine, 3 months East Europe, like Lithuania, Estonia, ex-Soviet Union countries and all that. And few European countries was Germany, Italy, France, Ireland,
yeah.
don't remember what else. So it was 3 months Russia, 3 months Ukraine, 3 months Europe, 3 months India. It was
Right.
50 weeks a year out of the 52 that for 4 years. And then I realized, no,
That's a lot.
no, it's not that. It's like, it became a Caesarism, right?
Became a what, sorry?
Ah, fanatism. They found another idol to worship, right? So everything became about me. Said, no, this is not about me. It was all about me and very little about what I said. I said, I'm not interested in that stuff.
It wasn't working.
And it's only 10% is interested. Why shall I bother and physically destroying myself for what? Okay, more people, more money and donations, and money that I will never use because until now, see, my wife has to take me to the balcony, see, to get some sun so I don't grow mold. Right? I can spend weeks in my room. If I have to do things, I'll do it because I have to. Otherwise, what's the point of moving? Right? So I said, no, doing this. And this is when I settled down in Tiruvannamalai, when I met you, I believe.
Yeah.
And I lived 2 years in Tiruvannamalai. Then the whole story went on there. And then I went to Thailand. 4 years, I believe. Then Venezuela.
Right.
How long have you been back in Venezuela?
Since the 26th of March 2000 and what?
What?
we are in what, 2020,
We're in 2025.
2022,
Oh, wow.
3 years already.
That's gone very
In
fast.
March, 3 years. No? So all this, oh Jesus Christ. No. Then the Sangha group showed up and then they traveling with me wherever I go. No privacy, no, And it was just worshipping, it was, you see, fanatism. I mean, there will be few that really, and then people leaving their family, their job, selling properties. You say, are you mad? You have your life, you cannot live your life because, I can cook for myself and wash my clothes and all that stuff, I don't need, they nearly they will even brush my teeth. And I say, no, guys, you got it wrong. That's a nice guy, friend of mine from Canada. He was having, I think, large pieces of land and he was growing food and was doing a good business there. And he sold lots of that. And I said, are you crazy? He had a beautiful girlfriend. And he just gave up girlfriend and said, you prefer to be with me than with her. I would prefer to be with her than with you, you know? And I said, no. Done, over and done with. It doesn't work that way. I mean,
Having said that,
is by
you
chance,
left.
if by chance we become friends, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm looking for friendship here and there or looking for the what is. No. If it happens, happens. If it's not, then what to do? Right? If it is
But at
destiny.
the same time, you left Venezuela to go to India, and you left your life behind.
No, we didn't have any life. My life. I was taken there. I didn't go there. Everything somehow it was impossible for me to go there by myself, by my own means, by my means, my own.
Right.
Not a chance. Job, kids, now money to go there at such an expensive ticket, and they said no, forget about it. Then I was coming and going. Then I was coming and going, like nothing. So for me go to India was like.
Right.
Then I got
So
lost.
someone,
Then I couldn't come back because there was no money and the circumstances just presented themselves that, okay. Then I went to South Africa.
so initially someone took you to India.
Help me out, so to speak, yeah. It provided the means to go there. Because I was in a very dispassionate, emotional shape. I was done, see, done, I'm done, I'm over and done. Switch off the light and go. I was happy to go. There's no point to be here anymore. What for? I did all. I experienced such an intensive life. What else is left? Psychic powers. I can do the. So, am I happy? No. And then you help people, and they put in troubles again. What am I doing? Right? Helping people that they take you for granted, and okay, you have a cirrhosis. How you call it? The liver issue when you drink too much in English?
Alcoholism?
No, but it's a liver illness.
Oh, cirrhosis of the liver.
Yes. Okay, you come to me and I cure your liver, and then you have a brand new one. And then the next thing you do is to buy a bottle of rum and you start all over again. Am I killing myself? You're crazy.
All right.
I am
Oh,
like
great.
a wish fulfilling tree, and it's so exhausting. What for? So I say, what is this all about? See, no. Okay, God, blow the candle, switch it off the light. That's it. Bring it back home. Don't bring me back here ever again. Why you brought me here in the first place, right? That was a super longing wish to go back home, right? Means you don't know it at that time. I didn't know it at that time. Is to know who am I.
Right, sure.
And when that long, my friend says, is that here is the money. Go and put yourself together because I'm afraid that you're gonna blow yourself, right? Your brain or something.
Wow.
And then something happened. A letter from my brother came from India, Baba, just to make it short, you know. So, and then the same friend opened a shop, right? And I was the one that was going to India, buy things for the shop. So
Wow.
then I will go for 1 month. In 1 month, I will do all the shoppings, sometimes even less time. And I will send it to Venezuela and stay there for as long as I could. If the shop needed some more stuff, I will get it, send it back again. Then I will go back because visa finished and spend some time in the shop. When the shop needed to buy some more stuff, and I will go back to India. And that went on like for, I don't know, 3-4 years, I guess.
Wow.
Mm.
Then the financial situation in the country became very bad. So the dollar went from 300 to 700, then from 700 to 1,000. And then my salary became half. So I couldn't afford the lifestyle that I was having. It's a good one. At the time, I was earning like $2,000. That was a lot of money then. So my kids were in the best school, the French Alliance, and I was having a nice cottage in a lovely area and all that stuff. And I said, well, the only way that I can, it was basically for the kids. I was divorced, basically for the kids to have like a proper and the best for them, right? Education and monthly maintenance fee and all that stuff. Then I will go to India. I can live cheaply there, right? And they can, you know, keep the rest. That's when I went to live into India.
Mm.
I was living there for 2 years without going out. I had a visa that allowed me to stay there for. At that time, if you have this type of visa for 5 years visa, that you have a business visa, then you could register and they will give you a residence permit that you will
Oh.
extend every year. It was more easy to stay in India before. Then there was an issue between my partner and I, the owner of the shop. And then the job finished, and I didn't have enough money to go even to go back to Venezuela. Then I went to South Africa, then Australia.
Mm.
By itself, I was not looking for anything. Nobody's looking for anything. Everybody's doing whatever they are meant to do. There is no such thing as my life. That is your destiny, that's all. And we wrote that destiny in our forehead, see, by ourselves.
Mm.
By thinking. Even from the shamanic, in the shamanic what we call godfathers and in trances and all that. They told me, prepare your things that you go to India to see Sai Baba. They told me that in advance.
Right.
I just didn't know it was gonna be so quick. I was told that like in October. And in December I was going to India.
Wow.
Yeah, they told me, prepare yourself if you go to India to see Sai Baba.
So did you know who this Sai Baba was at all, or?
Yeah, but I was not that interested. My grandfather was a devotee,
Huh.
Right.
and my brother too, my eldest brother. I mean, I was into Jesus
Right. Okay.
and into the spirits, right? And but we recognize him as what he said he was, right? So we acknowledge that. But from there, that to see him, to meet him, that was when they told me that, I thought, well, that may be in 10 years, I don't know, 5 years, who knows, right? I can pay for such an expensive tickets, and who's gonna pay for the school and my kids? What am I gonna do with all that? It's everything. My life just turned upside down. Mhm. That was the beginning of the end of the apparent individual will,
Right.
because the individual begins to get dissolved together with its imaginary, illusory individual will. You know how many times I try to stop talking to people about anything? Really.
Mm. When I saw you in Phuket, I think there was a guy called Thomas.
Yeah, from Denmark.
Right. Okay. So he stayed with you for a bit?
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he go off and do? See,
No, he's in Denmark now.
yeah.
He has some shares in the stock market, and he lives on that.
Right. Okay.
I haven't heard from him for a while. So.
Right. But you guys lived together for a while, yeah?
Oh yeah, for a long time, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
In Thailand, I believe around 2 years. And
Mm.
then when I came to Venezuela, he came with us.
Oh, okay.
And I spent some time here, but didn't like it too much here, so he went back home.
Right.
So 10-20 guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our life haven't been ever ours.
Mm,
There is life,
mm,
but it's not ours. Body identity makes us believe that it is our life.
mm.
Sense of individual existence, right?
Right.
If we are honest enough and we put things in a balance, in perspective, right? How many things I wanted to happen or I wanted to get and I couldn't? And how many things I wanted to avoid or get rid of and I couldn't, right?
Yeah.
So how far my will go? Obviously, that will is limited, right?
Yeah.
Well, as you go deep, you say, okay, the individual is also limited, right? So it's a limited entity having limited. No, I wouldn't even say that, right? I wouldn't even say that appear on its own, right? Because if we again investigate ourselves and pay attention to ourselves, how the mind appears in the awakened state spontaneously,
Mm,
and it disappears spontaneously, not by will, right? Right?
yeah, sure.
Right? So if the mind doesn't even have the power to appear and disappear on its own by itself, then who is behind all that?
Right.
Mhm. My life, imagine that. Okay, guys, see you later.
Thank you.
See you later.
Susi, mañana, anótalo allí para que no se te olvide. ¿Ok? O me lo escribes por el chat ahora y mañana lo revisamos. Mañana me lo vende con un 25% de descuento.
Sí, vamos a ver. Pero vamos a ver porque me parece que tenés una gana de hacerme daño vos a mí.
¿Daño? No, no,
Ay, si más de una vez me hiciste daño.
no, no, no. Un jalón de orejas sí, pero daño como tal, no. Con todo el amor del mundo.
No sé. Bueno, vamos a ver. Mañana te cuento. Mañana te cuento. Mañana te cuento.
Hay gente que no despierta si no le dan una buena sacudida. Tan
Pero
tan,
que vamos a ver cada sacudón.
tan profundamente dormidos que,
Pero que
despierta,
vamos a ver cada sacudón.
despierta. ¿Ah?
Yo te tengo bastante miedito vos.
Ah, bueno.
Bueno, mañana hablamos.
Ok.
Chao, chao.
Chao.
Pero no me hagas mal, ¿eh? No me hagas daño.
No, ¿qué te voy a dañar tú? Estoy tratando de evitar de que tú te hagas daño. Todo esto es para que tú dejes de hacerte daño con tu propia mente. Listo. Mándame la oferta y mañana hablamos.
Sí, chao.
Aquí. Bueno, decía, se fue. Ah, en la cámara apagada.